Hello, hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back
Hello,
to our
hello.
lunchtime chat show with Lilian and Julia. Hi, Julia.
Yay! Hi, Lilian. Good
Right.
hot afternoon, very hot.
Yes, that's why I am in the room with the aircon on.
Poor me, I gotta be out here. Okay, no.
All right. So everyone must be having your lunch. I hope you are having lunch. This is a lunchtime talk show, so you can go ahead and have your lunch. You eat while chit chat with us. Okay. So today we have a very very difficult topic, a very very big question, and that question is, what is your identity? Who are you? Who are you? Julia, usually when people
Yes.
ask, who are you? How would you usually answer that question?
In the past, long time ago, before I
Long time ago.
yeah, long time ago in a land far, far away. Okay, before I went on to do the research on my personal branding coaching program, I used to answer like this. So if you are ask me so who are you? I would say, oh, I'm a secretary, I'm a daughter, I'm this and that. I give myself title. Yeah, and I also realized that when I ask this same question to my client, I get the same response. Oh, I'm a coach, I'm a mother of two, I'm this, I'm that. Yeah. So we give ourselves titles to this question.
Okay. So usually when we ask somebody who are you, the common question answer that they give is what they do, their
Correct.
profession, their career, the things that they do lah, right?
Yeah,
So actually we are not answering the
absolutely.
question, isn't it?
No. Yeah.
But but do you agree that it's actually a very difficult question to answer?
Yes, yes. Even when I was doing the research on my personal branding, when I asked the question, I also find it answer it myself. I'll go like, "Who are you?" Then who am I? I also have very tough moments to answer that question. Yeah, it's very
Mm.
tough. Simple, right? Simple question. Who are you? But such a tough thing to answer.
And I guess also is because the culture that we live in. I mean, like the environment that we live in, how we are being trained up to answer. Right? Usually, I
Yeah,
mean, that it's a
probably.
very industrial age, right? So very naturally, you will like answer it with what you do rather than who are you. Okay, so it's a
You.
very very big question, very very difficult question, but no worries. we are
Oh, I'm
this
nervous.
episode. Yeah, today she is nervous because she's going to be the one being interviewed by moi.
Yeah, today we are swapping roles. So last two episode, I've been the one talking, doing the whole asking question. Then now the role is reversed. She's gonna ask me question. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
don't
I'm
worry,
very
you
nervous.
still be the one doing most of the talking. Okay, now to help us answer these very very big and very difficult questions, I think going back to our Courage to Be You series with our blueprint guiding us, awareness is the first step, right? So remember what are
Yes.
the three A's? What are the three A's?
呀，你考我啊，test me 啊。Awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have attitude.
Attitude, and
Yeah.
then
So
you
you
need.
have your awareness, you have attitude, then you have action. You must have action. Yes.
Yes, very good. 100分. Ding, ding.
Yay!
Okay, now come. Let's joke aside. The first step is always awareness, right? So to help us with the awareness, I have more questions. More
Okay.
questions for you.
Bring it on.
All right, let's bring it on. Now, to give you an overview, there are four perceptions. Usually, I mean, common about four lah. I'll give four lah. Too many, too complicated. Four perception about ourself, self identity. Okay, these are the four perception. Let's look at them one at a time. Okay, so get ready to answer. Ding ding. First question,
Round one.
round one. Julia, how do you see yourself? Or how do you used to see yourself? Yeah, come, let's share. Share with
Um
us.
yeah. I think the um I would use the time when I'm doing my business, when I started the business journey. So I have conflicts, when I look at myself. Yeah, very conflicting, because I know my strength, I know my capability, my talents.
Mm,
Yet I think I see myself as somebody who can, but yet I don't think I can. So there's this conflict in me. Yeah. So when I started as a jewelry maker, right? I know I can do it. One, no, I can do it. And I did make nice jewelry and I get very good comments. But yet I still think that I'm not good. So
mm,
I don't see myself as as an expert, or as somebody who can really do the business, or even like website design, later on, website design and communications, like writing. I know I can
mm.
write. I know I have done, website design, nice ones, right? But
Yep.
yet, yeah. So I have a lot of like self-doubt. I have
Mm,
the imposter syndrome, like
mm,
yeah. So I have conflicting. I have conflict seeing myself. So I
right.
can see myself as somebody who can do, has a capability. Yet at the same time, I don't see myself as good enough. Yeah.
Very, very
Interesting or not?
very
Yeah, very
conflicting.
conflict.
Yeah. Although, yeah, it's true that you have all the capability, all the skill sets that you have to
Yeah.
actually achieve the things that the tasks that are given to you, but yet you still doubt. You still have self doubt.
Yeah, I have
Mm,
self-doubts. Yeah. And I think also, because you're in business, right? You really want to have that validation that you are good, you're good enough, you're probably better than somebody else, you're good. You need that validation time and time again. Then sometimes when
mm,
you don't have, not that you're not good, just sometimes just people don't say lah, that people don't give you feedback, then you have that
mm.
self-doubt, that imposter syndrome kicking in. Yep.
Right. How long have you been seeing yourself like that?
Started probably 2 years plus to
Two
almost
years
3 years.
plus.
Yeah.
Mm. In the context of the
So yeah,
entrepreneurship journey, lah.
correct. Yeah.
Right.
So you
Okay.
can imagine the kind of struggle I had. Yeah, I can do, no, I can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. So that's that
You
constant
ram the
struggle.
car, then you want to tarik
Yeah,
ram
then you
and
break, right? Yeah.
ram and jam brake, ram and jam brake.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Right. Interesting. Yeah, I believe for the audience, you may be able to identify or connect with Julia about how you see yourself. Right. So you may be also having self doubt and all that. So, but you were aware. You were you very quick to have awareness about these thoughts, that these conflicting, and
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
you are
Because
aware
when,
lah.
yeah, correct. Because when I started this type of feelings, right? Actually, I went online to do research. That's why I found out about imposter syndrome. I said, okay,
Ah.
that's why. Yeah, and also a lot of I guess a lot of first-time entrepreneurs who always feel this way because they are doing something new. They're probably not
Mm,
very prepared for it. Like, you
mm,
don't go to an entrepreneurial university, right? We don't go. So there's a lot of like um unprepared moments to let us into this kind of situation. Yeah. That's why
right.
some people on the on start, they will hire a coach first to get everything
Okay.
inside settled, right? To get everything inside
Mm,
settled, then they move on to their entrepreneurial journey. So I guess these group of people will have it relatively easier because they have their
okay.
coach, they know what to do, they have tools. But for people like us, just jump straight in and wow, gung ho like chiong that type. So we
The
find that a
school of hard
struggle.
knocks. The
Yeah, so
school of
not
hard
just
knocks.
not here,
Just
not
do.
there, not forward. Yeah.
Okay, but that's very courageous. I like that spirit. Just do. And
Just
you learn along the way. Okay. Yeah. Next question for you. Okay. So that's how you see yourself. But there's another question we want to ask ourselves in order to gain more awareness. Is that, do you know that you also unconsciously project a persona or an image out to others? Yeah.
yes, yes.
So how, share with us how was that projection like? What kind
Yeah.
of persona or what kind of image are you projecting out to others?
Yeah. I guess I have awareness. Okay, my awareness is quite high. So how I project myself is because of business, right? Because of the business, you have to deliver your what you promise, you have to deliver, correct? You have to deliver your products, you got to deliver your services. So I
Mm.
projected a very strong and confident front. I
Mm.
just want to have a disclaimer. I'm not faking it. Okay. I know some people had that. Hey, aren't you faking? Are you not being authentic? I said no, it's not. Because of the situation we are in, we have to be confident, and you have to understand that I have the skill. So that
Mm.
part of the confidence is there. So that's
Yep.
why when I am online, when I'm talking to people, I will project that front. I'm confident because back on my yes, I've done it. Yes, I have good feedback. Yes, people pay me, to do this and that. So that is part of it. That is the reason why I am able to just step forward and present that professional, confident, able to deliver what I
Mm.
promised to my
So
client.
you're projecting your strength lah.
Yes,
Basically, you are aware of your strength.
correct.
You recognize what are your strength, and you just project your strength.
Yes.
Only.
Everything all the swan effect, right? No, 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 no.
Yeah.
The graceful
I think
front.
it's very common that most people, there is a common thing that people want to project the best of ourselves, right? Who wants to project,
Yeah.
the ugly part, the weak part? That's why now it takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable, to share that it's okay that we are not strong in certain areas. But usually, and in the past, we see a lot. What is common is that people project only the best,
Yep.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then, so you are aware about that part of you. Okay. That's very good. But next question. But do you know how others are seeing you? Ah.
I cringe. I cringe at this question because I know and sometimes I don't know.
Mm.
Okay, I know is when I have feedback, I have response, and when I talk to my clients. So that's how I know, right? So that's how I
Okay.
know. And usually they have very good response. Once in a while, they give me some advice, some tips. I guess these are the more seasoned entrepreneurs or clients. They know, they can tell. But I appreciate them because it's a learning process, right? Entrepreneur journey is always a learning process. But at
Mm.
the same time, at the other hand, I don't know because I don't ask. And I got no response. So I don't know how others sees us. So those who
Mm.
I know, they see me as what I projected. Somebody who is
Mm.
in what I do, my confidence,
Mm.
my strength, and
Mm.
deliver, and sometimes even deliver more than what they ask for. So
Mm.
that's how I know how they see me. But those who don't give me feedback or those things I don't ask, because I think probably it's the Asian thing. I don't ask people, hey, Lilian, how you see me? I don't ask.
Mm.
See, we don't ask. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
after today, I will start asking all the the leaders in our community. So how do y'all see me?
Yeah.
Your very fierce, very strict. Yeah. So,
Rotan.
so yeah, rotan come out already. So if you don't ask, you don't know. And if you don't know how to improve yourself, right? And
Yeah.
if you don't know, then you don't know whether are you really struggling or are you really just projecting one part of you and you're not taking care of the other part of you to raise it up where you can also
Mm.
project outside. Yeah, I guess
Mm.
that was my so-called my fear in
Mm.
wanting to know what other people think of me. Yeah,
Yeah, because on one hand, you could be projecting whatever you want to project, but it
correct.
doesn't mean that others are seeing it the way that you are projecting.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't ask for feedback, you know what? One thing we learn, yeah, as entrepreneurs. In fact, this is a lifelong learning for personal development. The very important question or important thing that we want to encourage is to ask for feedback. Right, just now you
Yes.
mentioned if you don't know, well, there's nothing you can do about it because you don't know. But awareness, again, this comes back to awareness. Once you gain the
Mm,
awareness, it empowers you with the choice, right? Choice of what to do next. Whether you want to
correct.
change or don't want to change, the choice is still up to you, isn't
Yeah,
it?
correct.
Yeah.
And I guess if I would have the feedback, then I would know, oh, okay, I would probably have to improve myself. And I probably say,
Mm.
"Eh, actually, maybe I'm not projecting, not really correct. Maybe I'm not projecting more of myself. Maybe I'm just
Mm.
projecting like 50%. where I'm should be projecting, the whole of who I am. Yeah.
Hmm. I guess I mean we had a chat before about this. I remember that what you projected, the success rate is and what you projected and what others sees you, the success rate is pretty high, right? Because
Yeah.
it's pretty consistent. Yeah.
Correct.
And I think because you are projecting who you really are. So that's why what others sees about you is the same. Yeah, because that's what you are, that's you, isn't it? Yeah, that's being
Yes.
authentic. Yeah, what
Absolutely.
you see
Yeah.
is what you get. Yeah, what you see is what you get. But again, having said that, there are many others out there who their success rate of what they're projecting and what others are seeing them may be very different. Yeah.
Mm,
So this is something. So these are questions that you want to ask yourself, so
correct.
that it's a reflection. It's a more introspective reflection. But if you know how you see yourself, you know how you are projecting to others. But if you do not know how others are seeing you, then that's where the action comes in also lah. We have a homework for you.
Yes. She like to
So
give people homework.
that's how we grow, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this case, right, at this juncture, I just want to throw in a homework. So if you don't know what other people are seeing you, practice, take the courage, practice asking people. Start with your friends. Start with people that I'm on this personal journey, personal development, personal growth journey. I want to find out more about myself. I want to know how
Mm,
you see me. Give me your feedback. Now, when you ask for feedback, please be open and receptive. All right, don't get offended when the feedback is not what you're expecting. Yeah, it's just feedback. All right, and what you're going to do about the feedback is all up to your choice. Okay, so
yeah.
it's really, it can be a very enlightening moment for us.
Scary.
So
Also scary, right? Yeah. And also, like what you say, you need to take the courage to approach your friends and ask them this question, and the courage to accept what they see in you. Yeah. Because
yeah.
obviously we like what we want to hear, but we also have to like what is being said about
Mhm.
us. Yeah, that courage to really, ask, and then the strength, the weakness, and especially say,
Mm.
hey, you are like that, the negative part, then like then if you don't accept, but then it's tough now. It's tough to really grow as a
Mm.
person.
Yeah, having said that, also another word of advice is that different people will have different opinions, and their opinion is their opinion. Okay, so whatever they say, because that's what they experience you, and maybe that's how if let's say if it's a negative feedback, right? And most of the time, it could be most of the time when they experience you, when they interact with you and engage with you, you were in a bad mood, so you always come across like chow bin face, like Anita like to say, you know. And so then that's the experience that they always experience from you, the attitude and that kind of thing. But they may not experience the happy you, the joyful you, the kind you, and all that. So gather the feedback from various people. All right, don't get affected by just one comment. Okay, that's a word of advice like when you do this homework. Okay, it takes a strong heart to do this homework actually. But as long
Courage.
as courage, yeah. But as long as you have been projecting your true self, projecting yourself, then there's no need to fear lah. Like again, this is like I said, it is just feedback. Okay, so that you can know, it's like an assessment, no? Know and how you are,
Mm,
what others are seeing you, and whether there's area of improvement or not. Because this is pertaining to growth, ma. Okay, yeah, good. So
yes.
Julia,
Mm.
how was your success rate? I know it's pretty high, right? So
Is it?
were there any mentor?
Is it?
So were there mentors that give you feedback that is like, you were surprised of, or like, you never see it that way, you never see that about yourself, or somebody gave you that feedback?
Yeah,
Mm.
I have some. I mean, I've gone through some coaches at the start. maybe not right from the start, maybe halfway through my business, because I need certain areas of coaching, like maybe social media, some business. So I do have coaches who do say that, hey, you have the potential, you're good at what you're doing, right?
Mm,
And I have a I have a coach who almost practically every time when I meet her, she will
mm,
say that to me. Look at you. You have talent, you can do, you're very good at what you're doing. You must have confidence in yourself. She will say that to me every time I go for coaching session. Okay, every time.
mm. And in spite of you projecting
Yes,
the confident part of you, she can still see the lack of confidence in you.
correct. Yeah.
Wow, that's very sharp. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
she's a very,
experience.
very
啊
yeah.
姜还是老的辣。
对了. She's a very good, I mean, she's a very experienced, very good coach, and I think she somehow know, and every time when she that say that, I will nod my head, yeah, yes, okay, yes, I can do. But after that is the same thing, the back and forth, like, really, really, or is she just telling me because I'm her client, right? So I guess what I want to say is that when people start telling you that, especially clients or even your coach, it's not because especially coaches, right? It's not because they want to earn your money, but they really, really see the potential in you, and they
Mm,
want, and they know that you have this limiting belief, you have self doubt. They really want to just push it all out and say, look, discard all the negative things and look at yourself from their perspective. Look at your work, and then believe in yourself that you
yep.
actually has the capability. You actually can do. You're actually good at what you're doing. So yeah,
Mm,
that took me a long time before I can literally like, okay, surrender, and then look from their point of view, say, hey, actually, okay lah, not that bad lah. Can do lah, can do lah, So yeah, I guess it's also have to do with individual. If you continue to have your doubts, your self doubt, and your lack of self confidence, no matter who tell you, president can tell you, he also will not believe you. Also, okay, yes, thank you. Then you go away like, really? Yeah.
yeah. And I think at this juncture, I want to add one more thought here, and that is like, if what other people say about you, if you are so bothered by what other people say about you, right? If you are actually telling yourself, this is actually the fact here, the aha moment for me, that when I bother about what other people say about me, it means that what they say about me is more important than what I think about myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got
that's
that?
true.
Like what
Yep.
they say is more important than what I think about myself. So be very careful. Yeah, if you catch
Mm,
yourself, being so bothered by what other people say.
yep.
Yeah. Mm. Okay. One more question.
Okay.
I have a lot of questions for you
I'm sweating down
today.
here.
Yeah. So there's one more aspects in life, that in the topic about who am I, our identity, because we want to be in the work, we want to discuss this topic in the context of the belief, the mindset that we are a creation,
Yep.
right? There must be a higher power out there. Yeah. So we are the creation. So there is a creator. So I know in our case, both of us are Christians. We are
Mm,
believers. So so I'll use our work within our context. All right.
okay.
So the question for the audience as well is, how do you think? Because we don't know what God thinks about us, right? Unless we go and study whatever religion of your God say about you. But right now, before we go there, let's ask this question: what do you think God sees you?
I think I've got shake head.
How do you, yeah, how do you think God sees you? Shake head.
I think God must be a shake head. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But just to give a little context, I've been a Christian for a long time. So, like Bible study, going to church, all this, we know in the Bible what God says about us, how God
Mm,
think about us, right?
yep.
We know, okay, that's
Mm,
really knowledge.
mm,
But in my case, I couldn't see it, or I couldn't resonate with it, is because
mm,
I was struggling with myself internally, with my
mm,
self confidence, self doubt, imposter syndrome, the everyday beating myself down with question like, hey, why you can't succeed? Why you struggling? Why some people want just start one Zoom what the business so good? So that constant struggle inside. Even though sometimes when I read the Bible, that thing is there. It just cannot. I just can't see myself. Yeah, I can't see how God sees me. So in that state of mind where I'm struggling, in sometimes in my daily prayer or this, I would sometimes imagine like God would like, ayo, God would probably shake his head, like face palm, and then like one knock my head, shake
I,
me
I,
so
I cough
hard.
already. I vomit blood already.
Vomit everything, cannot vomit anymore. It's like, hey, hello, wake up. Still not waking up. And I think that God is poor thing lah. God try so hard, still cannot break the yolk, cannot break the egg. Yeah, I would think that in my perception, I would think that God is probably like that. Hello, wake up. Rotan
so
come
that's
out also cannot.
so that's what you think
Yeah.
how God was seeing you lah. Okay, in that
Yeah.
mindset of yours lah. All
Right.
right. So since we are believers, so you read the Bible, right? So what does the Bible tell you how God see you?
Okay. No, I just
This one based on what the Bible says, not based on what you
yeah.
think,
Yeah. So
because He's the creator,
in
ma. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm,
of course, then the first thing that comes whenever I ask myself, so how does God sees me is I'm a child of God, lor. That's pure and simple as a child of God because we call God our Father, right? So if
mm,
there's a Father, it means we are a child. That is the first
mm,
simple step as recognizing I'm a child of God. So what does
mm,
the child of God means? If you're a child to your father, what does it mean? You bear his resemblance, you bear his surname, you
mm,
probably inherit his possession, his all the lessons, right? He will give it to you. So as a
mhm,
child of God, we have all this. We are made in the image of Him, right? So we have His mannerism. There's also another word to say we are co-heirs of Christ. Wow, what does a co-heir of Christ means? Heir, H-E-I-R.
mm.
Heir. So Christ is the heir of God's, right? God's kingdom or this. So if I'm co-heir, that means I also have some part in God's kingdom laws, like God's
Yes.
whatever He has for Christ.
Mm.
I'm sure I can take about 10 to 20%.
I think you can go on and on and preach it, man, sister. Okay, but we don't have
Yeah.
the time for that, and it's not meant for that. All right, but I think there's one verse that in the Bible that is very beautifully said about us is in Psalms, right? That we are
Yeah.
wonderfully, fearfully, and
Wonderfully and
wonderfully
beautifully.
made, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So know that we are very creative individuals. Yeah, because we are created. God is very creative. So like Him, we are very creative and full of potential, right? When God speak, he speak and everything came into being, right? So there's a lot
Yeah.
of potential in us that is yet to be discovered. So who are you? You are full of potentials, right? That leads
Mm.
to my next question. um Very interesting question I want to ask you. This is the question: where do you think is the wealthiest place on earth, the wealthiest spot on earth?
Where?
Gold mine in South Africa, diamond mines in no, yeah, diamond mines in South, no, the gold mine is South America. Yeah. Diamonds in South Africa, or maybe silver mine in Peru. How about oil mines in Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, or Middle East? Or even the oceans in the Caribbean, the wealth of seafood. Hello, go say ah.
Cockles.
Cockles are my heart. So, Julia, where do you think is the wealthiest place on earth?
I seriously don't know. Leh.
Mm.
It's a very cheap question.
Very chill, no?
Yeah, because wealth to you and I may be different.
Mm.
Yeah, right.
Definition of well, very different, right?
Yeah, so if I think then maybe in those places that you have mentioned, if I think of seafood, it will be yeah, I think of cockles, that will be the Caribbean. Yeah, so I don't have the answer. So if I were just to say where's the wealthiest place on earth, maybe okay lah. I just wing it. Maybe somewhere in Europe lah.
Yeah, I think most people, the common answer, they will actually name something that has certain materials. Yeah, like
Mm,
be it cockles or be it gold or diamond, it's still
yeah.
material stuff, right? Yeah, but recently I watched a sermon and a YouTube, and that was like my aha moment. Yeah, so I want to share it with you. And the wealthiest spot on earth is actually the cemetery, graveyard.
Cemetery.
Yes, the
Wow.
graveyard.
Why? Cemetery, you mean they put gold on it and bury it with
So
all your
the
gold and pearls.
archaeologists go and go and dig and discover all the gold and all that, right? No, wrong thing. Yeah, this is an excerpt that I got from this sermon, and I want to share with you. It says here, you know why the cemetery is the wealthiest spot on earth? Because buried in the cemetery are books that were never written. In the graveyard, we got paintings that were never painted, music that no one has ever heard because the people died with the music in their mind, businesses that were never opened, ideas that you have that you have been keeping and keeping and never implemented and never come into reality. So the graveyard is filled with ideas and dreams that were never fulfilled. It was dreamy. The graveyard is a place where so much potential was buried.
Mm,
Yeah,
wow.
chim, right?
Never thought of that. Yeah, I never thought that. Because
Yeah,
you die, you die. You die, you just go.
yeah,
Yeah,
you die with
never
all your potentials. Mm.
yeah.
So when I
So the
heard this,
moral
I
of
was
the story.
like, wow. What's the moral story to
Yeah,
you?
what's the moral story? Don't die with your books.
Yes.
Yeah.
So trapped inside each of us, right, is a book that, for those of you who haven't unleashed, why are you still procrastinating in all the potential? Today, I think this morning I posted a post in my social media that, whatever you have done already, you have already done, is not potential anymore. Yeah, potential is whatever you have yet to do. Yeah, there's still so much more in you that is yet to be known. Yeah, so much stories to tell, so much music to make, and all the innovative ideas. So when I was like pondering about this, reflecting on this, I was trying to apply lah, try to apply it in my own life and look and reflect on my own life. I realized that, wow, it's really one after another. Like when
Mm.
God put the greatness in us or the potential in us. So I
Yeah.
realized the very first thing that I achieved on my own is I self-funded my own degree, yeah, my bachelor degree. Like my parents, they came from a very average family. They couldn't afford, and that was my first so-called like milestones, with the potential. And then went on to the real estate industry, and then became a motherhood was another unleashing of a lot of different potentials. Then went into the furnishing business, from ground zero, knew nuts about furnishing, and built the business. 9 years later, sold it to an interior designer. I'm not even interior design trained, and then wrote the book. And then after that, went on to the book tour, and then the public speaking, and then the community was born, and then the blueprint for the coaching, and then class living, our social enterprise, and then doing all this mentorship, and then into publishing and all that. Wow, what's next?
That's yeah, that's a lot of potential. That is yeah. And then it's like you think that it's over. It's like what you say, what's next? Then it's like there's more to come.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you start reflecting on these kind of questions with yourself,
Yeah.
then you will begin to see all the potential that you have
Mm.
unleashed, that you have, poured out in and contributed to this world, and stop self-doubting about yourself anymore. Because there's so much potential in you and so much value in you that you can contribute to this world. Yeah. So I mean, I
Yeah.
just want to encourage our audience out there that you have so much potential in you. Who are you? You have so much potential. You're not just a nurse. You're not just a doctor. You're not just, a profession, because people can
Mm.
take away your job, take away your profession. Then when the profession is taken away, then who are you?
Don't know already.
Yeah. So if I were to throw this question back at you, Julia, what are the things that surface up for you?
Well, it's hard to answer again.
So this will be your homework.
Yeah, that's the whole- I guess I will probably answer. Okay, before I answer, I think that let's look at some comments. Anita is on
Oh,
actually with
okay, okay.
us.
Wow, change subject. Okay, good.
Hi. Yeah, yeah. Let me think first. Hi, Anita.
Anita, hello, hello.
Anita
Thank
say good vibes.
Yes.
And I just say wow. Wow to
Wow.
potential, right? Yeah, Anita has a lot of potential. Yes. Tons
Definitely
of
does. She's
potential.
in the
Yeah.
process of unleashing her potential. Wow.
Mm.
Great
I think
potential.
that phrase about the book thing is for her actually. Yeah, let try
Yeah,
inside of
yeah,
you.
this one, this one. Yeah.
It's a book that you are procrastinating to be unleashed. She's gonna
Yes.
unleash it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So many, we're going to see more and more women unleashing their potential, right? Yeah. Okay. I think that's quite a lot of discussion for just this very simple question: Who am
Who
I?
am
Or who are
I?
you? Yeah. We're,
Mm.
we're going to develop more into discuss more into the topic about you, right? Because the whole series is about courage to be you. Yeah. So what's the next episode about
Episode
that we
4.
yes, next episode. Okay, next
Okay.
episode we're going to talk about what is your purpose. I'm going to share this slide. Yeah. So it's going to be happening on the 23rd
Third
of July. Yes, Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday, 12:30. Okay, same time, 12:30. Yeah, in fact, join us every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yep.
Right, every Tuesday and Thursday at 12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, Brenda is
Mm.
on.
Oh, Brenda is
Brenda.
here. Brenda.
Brenda say yes. Hi, Brenda. Brenda say yes. And Brenda say what?
What's
Elbow
that?
cough. 唔知是咩 lah, what elbow cough. Later we'll
You.
call her.
Elbow cough. I'm talking you. I don't understand your English.
Yeah, Brenda very chim, very chim. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so Lilian, like for our audience, right, who are gonna watch either now or gonna watch a replay, and if they have okay, because I also believe that sometimes in our pursuit of our career, of our entrepreneur journey, we do so many things, right? We can, or even being a mom, sometimes a full-time mommy, because we are doing so many things for so many other people and less for ourselves. Sometimes I think we can get lost, right?
Mm,
Lost in all this. And one find that if you're gonna ask that question, who are you? I think they will have a blank, They will have like,
mm,
oh yeah, who am I? Yeah. So is there a way to help them, like how can they like probably reach out to you and get some question answered, or how do they go and help themselves to find
mm.
themselves? Yeah.
Yeah. So again, like, back to our three A's, after gaining the awareness, knowing that there are a lot of attitudes, mindsets, limiting beliefs in our head that need to be cleared, need to address one at a time so that you can take the actions that is necessary to help yourself, right, in this personal growth. So one of the action that we gave you just now earlier was your homework, go and get feedback, ask your friends to give you feedback how they see you. Okay, so this is a one feedback for you, a reality, so-called reality check or clarity check. But if you want to have a discussion, a more in-depth discussion, you can always book my time. So the link is below, clarity call with Lilian. So you can, I'm glad to support you in this journey to gain some clarity, awareness, and then address what are the mindsets that you have. Yeah, and then let's get some action done to
Yep.
move you closer to your own personal goals. It could be personal goal, it could be business goals. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, so this is what we have for you for this episode. So I hope by now you have finished your lunch while listening to us.
And drinking coffee,
Yeah.
tea.
I hope our session is of value to you. We are doing our best to add value, all right,
Yep,
even during this lunchtime
absolutely.
chat. Yeah.
Mm.
So for anything more detail, just connect with us. We have listed down all the list in the description below, be all the social media handles, so you can connect with us in whichever platform that you prefer. Okay, you want to do a shout out for our upcoming Women of Courage Asia our
Yes,
meeting?
yes, yes, yes. That's so important. Yeah. So join us on the 28th of July, 6:30 p.m. onwards via Zoom for our monthly empowerment meeting. So upcoming speakers will be Sari Marsden. Sari Marsden is a fitness leadership coach. Yeah. You see her photograph like that, huh? Wow, very nice, like very fit. Wow, I envy.
Fit
Yeah,
to
she's
lead.
yeah, fit to lead. You know, when you lead, right, you need to be fit, not only fit in the mind, but also fit physically. So she's more, yeah, holistic kind of
Holistic.
leadership kind of, yeah, leadership kind of thing. And Nicole, yeah, our dear
Nicole.
Nicole, she will be sharing her story of courage. She has
Mm.
a good story from a corporate point of view. She's also like me from corporate to business. And wow, her story is not easy. The crisis in her life not
Crisis that she
easy.
faced. Wow.
Yeah, mine cannot match hers. My corporate journey is still not too bad. Like it's still quite smooth sailing, but hers I think. Okay, so come on and listen, and we have really built a very safe place for all our participants to come on to do reflections, to even share their story of courage with us. Yeah. So if you've known us earlier, we actually do it offsite in a location. But because of this current situation, now we are on Zoom. Or the first time when we went Zoom, we were just like nerve wracking, right? Because we've never done online. But from there on, wow, we really zoom through. We zoom until now. Yeah, and we nothing gonna stop us. We say that we're not going to we were not going to just stop the meeting because of challenges, right? We still have to go on. So it's a reflection of our our will to just do whatever we set ourselves out to do. Yeah. So yes, so join us 28th July.
Yes.
The last Tuesday of the month, 6:30
Yeah.
p.m. 6:30, we'll start some games to get to know each other, to warm up. Yeah, and
Mm.
then if you join us and get to share your reflection or story of courage, you get to win some freebies. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that's all for our lunchtime chat. We will see you back on Thursday. So remember, every Tuesday and Thursday. I got signs, yeah. Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday and Thursday. Right, 12:30. See you.
Bye.
Bye.